Out of all the views that you guys have seen on this, from myself, the civil rights attorney, Twisted Luck, Honor Your Oath, that had put this video out, and many more, they don't give a flying about what you have to think or what the residents of this city have to think. They run their own little gang like they want to. Links are down in the comments. They don't care. I just had a fun conversation with Geiger over there about this dog that's been missing. I had a conversation with him. They said that the dog is in the possession of Officer Rippeon. But it seems like the city has a habit of covering things up. This is the investigation where Geiger back there falsified signatures. He said that they were just scribbles, but I'm looking at them. There's a C, there's an R, there's an X, there's another R. And this was investigated as a policy violation. Mayor, if I took your checkbook and scribbled something on it, I'd be uttering a forged instrument, right? He's your chief now. Next, when the investigation was complete, there was absolutely, I would say, no investigation. It's a policy violation. That should have been a moral character violation. His certificate up for review for FDLE, it wasn't. And the same thing happened here with Rippeon. How much was that dog? 12? He said $12,000 just for the dog alone. I think Rippeon, city manager, confirmed that he has it and he's keeping it. The investigation was posted on your Facebook page on, was it June 4th? June 4th. And a resignation was put in on June 5th. The form here, this Form 61, says, resigned, not involving misconduct. There's a checkbox that clearly says, resign while under investigation. I don't know if my cop math is different than that guy's back there. June 4th, investigation. June 5th, he resigned. You know where that comes in, right? He's under investigation. That Form 61 is a sworn document. It was falsified. And that's where we're at right now. So when are you going to get the dog back, Mayor? You got to make a vote on it. That's a lot of money to give away. No, thank you for your comment. Don't say it.
Council.
You're mayor, right?
Address the council.
Okay, council. When are you guys going to do a vote and get that dog back? In 10 seconds.
What should we do with the dog?
Give it to a new trainer. It's only 2.5 years old.
This is the time for the public to comment to us.
Yeah, he doesn't want you to talk to me. Council, he doesn't want you to talk to me.
Mr. Mayor and Council, I'll be happy to address that question.
I still got 55
in my
seconds.
report.
And if he respectfully would like to address you, I asked to do it during our next segment during council report.
Yeah. A lot of the residents, even your cops, are upset with what's going on. They tell me that New Smyrna cops are, Volusia County cops are like, how are they getting away with this? How are they doing this? Everybody is subject to the law, including the people that run this place. But it seems like through the history, which I got to dig more to find out about these 61s and 78 forms, these are FDLE sworn forms, how many times this has been done. So, yeah, if city manager wants to do that, 24 seconds, I'll take that and give it back to you. You have hopefully longer than that.
Would you like to respond to the mayor?
Like I mentioned, I will be happy to do it in my city manager report.
In your report? Oh yeah.
I'll give you a response in a few minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. We just want to get, people want to get the dog back. It's not just me, but that with that guy 3 seconds left and we had that conversation, I'll get last. You don't want someone having a dog that can kill someone that acted like that to a kid in front of CVS. He can give it at any command, any time to hurt someone, especially with that attitude he has. So, and some of the cops say he operates in the red and black. I don't know what that means. So, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
And the fact of the matter is, Daniel Rippeon was in fact under investigation. A lot of the records that I've been requesting, the responses I'm getting, they're not available at this time because there is an active internal investigation, so they're exempt at this time from disclosure. The City of Edgewater posted on their Facebook page on June 4th that he was under investigation and placed on leave. The next day, they posted on their Facebook page again that he was separated from the agency. I have his resignation dated June 5th. You know, so he was under investigation. He absolutely was under investigation. This official document here, filled out by Geiger, to the state, says that he was not under investigation. No misconduct, just a general routine separation like he wants to go to another agency.
Item 6, City Manager Report.
All right. Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'll go ahead and first I'll start by addressing the comments about Canine Drago. The dog was almost 3 years of age. It was purchased with law enforcement trust fund money, which is basically seized drug money. It's $12,500. We paid $0 for training as we facilitate that ourselves. It's expensive to board a dog, right? So we take the dog, we have to board it, And if it's long-term, I'd say it's inhumane. And then staffing-wise, to transfer another officer to a canine handler position was not adequate for our current staffing. Then even if a new handler was identified, it would have took us approximately 6 months to a year, making the dog almost 4, which we begin to evaluate for retirement at 5 years of age. And then also, when you take a dog from one handler and switch to a new handler, we call it retreading a dog. With a green handler or an inexperienced handler, it's not always successful, and it hasn't been successful for us in the past. The canine in question had 0 apprehensions, which that means that it's never bit a bad guy or girl. All the dog knew was his handler and his handler's family. It was best for the department and the dog. We have a signed contract in place with Mr. Rippeon. The dog can never be utilized for law enforcement purposes. It can never be sold or gifted to any other entity or person. This is a business decision and a humane decision. So there's your answers to why we signed the dog over to Mr. Rippeon. If I can proceed on to Form 61. It's kind of complicated. It's all under the Florida Police Officers Bill of Rights. The officer was the subject of an internal investigation that we initiated. Acting Chief Geiger concluded the investigation and sustained the policy violations. At that point, the officer is no longer under investigation. In between the conclusion of the investigation and the mandatory statutory required discipline hearing, he resigned. The Florida statute pertaining to the Officer Bill of Rights requires a discipline hearing. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement maintains a global profile of each officer that includes each department they have worked at. It's not 1990 anymore. So there's a global profile where we can see every location the officer worked right on the software from FDLE. So any police department conducting a background would request all documentation from each department of an officer's personal profile. Any police department conducting a background would also complete an extensive background to include Google searches for news stories. In both these cases, everything was done above board.
Okay. Please, no public participation at this time. No public participation at this time.
The city of Edgewater never stops. What they're saying now is that on June 4th, that the officer was noticed of an investigation, and just 12 hours later, he resigns. But the Florida statutes and the AGO opinions are clear on when investigations are over, and they remain confidential until notice of disciplinary hearing is given to the officer. Now, they didn't fire him. They could have. I guess they could have fired him in between this period of time, but they didn't. They claim that he resigned. This is one of the fastest investigations. There's no criminal charges. And the way they filled out the form, from what I'm looking at, is that the Department of Law Enforcement, FDLE, is not going to review this as they would if it was a moral character violation. They're claiming it's just a policy violation. He threatened him with use of force and false imprisoned him. And a supervisor stood by and watched it. They don't care about the views. They don't care about what the public thinks. They operate in their own little world. And that's what Geiger did. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll put all the links down in the description so you guys can see a little bit more about Edgewater if this is your first time watching this video. Thanks for watching.